when he came, and we did our ceremonial groundbreaking here at Holy Trinity in the prayer and hopes that very soon we'll be building in earnest sometime in March. And we look forward to that, and we thank His Eminence for all of his guidance and his prayers and all his help, especially at the beginning when our church burned. And he came here immediately, and we had Palm Sunday, but we had the most beautiful spiritual liturgy, we had the most beautiful packed house luncheon for Palm Sunday, and that's the way we began. We turned a tragedy into something very beautiful, and we turned a crisis into a marvelous opportunity. And crisis in Greek means also an opportunity, as well as a decision. It doesn't just mean crisis in the sense that it is an earnest. So we made a decision, and we took the opportunity to build something glorious for God and His people with the guidance and prayers of our spiritual shepherd, His Eminence, the Apostle Alexius. I'd like to introduce the people here briefly at the table. You all know them very, very well. Would you like to do it? You sure, Father? Oh, he has it. I'm going to let Father introduce all the wonderful people here at the table. Kian Mandia. Yanni. I'll let him do all the formalities, but I'm going to turn it over to Father because he has something very special to share with you, a special treat. But before he gets up, look at all around you, see the desserts. Those desserts are special ordered by Father every year. I won't steal his thunder, he'll explain that to you. And we also have something here as well, that Trinità my Putarami, Pastelli, and the Rodian style. So we have that here as well. All the people that worked for weeks and worked the last 2 days in the kitchen. I want you to know we put a lot of heart and soul into the decor and into the planning, and the bread that you had is fresh, and the calamari is freshly made. It's the best calamari I ever had in a restaurant. Thank you, Chris, and Juan Guillia Kastronakis and Angie Demas, and our ladies of Columbus, and everyone that helped. Thank you all very much. God bless you. And without further ado, I'm not going to introduce a special star today. I'm turning the rest over to the dignitaries of the special star to Father James.
The Reverend Father Jim Terrace, the Proistanos of Holy Trinity, the Reverend Father Athanasios Karas, the Dean of the St. Nicholas Cathedral, Consul General of Greece, the Mandia Kotza, Commander Ioannis Tsifas, Your Honor George Kritikos, Mayor of Clearwater, Michael Kastronakis, the Parish Council President of Holy Trinity, Michael Kometas, Parish Council President of St. Nicholas Cathedral, my brother clergy, the presbyteros that are with us, the guests, the Philoptochos members of this parish, we welcome you here today. Many thanks to Father Jim Paris for hosting this annual luncheon, for graciously extending me the privilege to welcome and introduce our guest performer today. Today was January 5th, and according to the Western tradition, it is the last day to offer a wish, or as the song states, on the 12th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 12 leaping lords, etc., 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 as the king would say from The King and I. So Merry Christmas to you all, but not a very good night. Along with Christmas wishes, a Happy New Year to everyone, Eυλογημένος ο νέος χρόνος. What did you do for New Year's? What did you do? Throughout my ministry, there was always a parish New Year's Eve party that Presbytera and I would attend. And for the past 20 years, and since music has been a part of my life since I was a little boy, there is a wonderful concert that is presented in Clearwater every year that I had a great desire to attend but was unable to until this year. No parish party for me. On New Year's Eve, Presbytera and I attended Ruth Eckerd Hall, the annual A Salute to Vienna, which was an outstanding orchestra, song and dance. As I listened to the soprano that performed, I thought about our guest performer today. Our guest, a soprano, born in Cleveland, Ohio, but grew up right here in Clearwater, right here at the Holy Trinity. She began her studies with the Greek mezzo-soprano Elena Nikolaidi at FSU. Later, along with Nikolaidi, she moved to Houston, where she became a member of the Houston Grand Opera Young Artists Program. She was, in 1983, the winner of the Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions. Beginning as a mezzo, she later became a soprano in the 1990s. She created the role of the stepmother in The Juniper Tree, and Cherubino in The Ghosts of Versailles. In fact, her mother sent me a CD of that one. And this was at the Met. The Woman in the Desert of Roses, and the title role of the world premiere of Rachel at the Knoxville Opera. She has sung numerous roles throughout the American opera stage and has sung at La Scala. On a personal note, we have known her for at least 35 years. Let me tell you a story. While serving the Holy Trinity in Indianapolis, on a particular Sunday, I was distributing the Endideron, and a lady in line told me that she was from Florida, and that she was an opera singer, and that she was performing with the Indianapolis Opera Company. I asked her to please meet me and Presbytera over at the Coffee Fellowship, and where we would speak. Well, Presbytera and I met her, and we became instant friends. I organized a group to go to the opera to support her. She was back again the next year, and the next year. She became part of the Holy Trinity family, as well as a part of our own personal family. And I always had a group to go over to see her performances. She performed in Evladici, in Gluck, Orfeo and Evladici, Giovanna Seymour, in Anna Bolena, Donna, Elvira, and Don Giovanni. What made an impression upon me was not her rich melodic voice, but her desire to attend Divine Liturgy on a Sunday. Coming from a theater background myself, I know that performers don't always put church attendance as a priority. But she did, because it was important to her to begin her week with prayer. Little did we realize that years later, divine providence would bring us together, and I would be her priest here at Holy Trinity in Clearwater. It is my honor to introduce Stella Zimbalist, accompanied by Teresa Ancaya. Stella will sing 3 familiar melodies: an aria from Giacomo Puccini's opera Gianni Schicchi, O mio bambino caro, or my beloved papa, not priest, but father. From Handel's Messiah, I know that my Redeemer liveth, and a familiar Greek folk song, To Ecclesiastes. You will understand why Stella has been called by Stephanie Blythe of the Arizona Star in November of 2007, one of the best sopranos in the world today. Join me in welcoming Stella Zambellis for your listening pleasure.
Father, you weren't supposed to reduce me to tears before I have to sing. But thank you so much.
Me Oh, sorry. I said the fourth verse, sorry. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Few seconds, and then His Eminence is going to address all of us this afternoon and to share with us wonderful things. But permit me, because of like, on behalf of the vicar of our metropolis in this area, Mr. Father Usagi, and the Dean of the Cathedral, Father Athanasios, and of the pastor of this community, Father Dimitrios, on behalf of all the clergymen of this area, Tampa Bay area, and the deacons, to welcome His Eminence. Your Eminence, I would like to welcome you to this wonderful place of America, and not because of the climate, neither because of the location, but because of the wonderful people that we have in Florida. And we have in Florida people that were workful because they have succeeded in one or in another way and one in another places. And now they reside here, and the people were enjoying their knowledge and their experience of the life. And that is passing from generation to generation. So I would like you to know, Your Eminence, that with the clergymen, we're blessed to be set with these kind of people. And many times when I'm looking to the congregations, wherever and whenever I'm visiting communities in the South, I pull my head to God and my eyes, and I said, God, thank you very much for giving this pleasure, this blessing to serve such a wonderful people, full of experience and with warm hearts. So in this environment, in this state, in this city, we'd like to welcome you. Of course, the reason that we are here is because of the Christian, the Orthodox celebration of Epiphany or Theophania, as we mentioned earlier. And that is, again, not a historical event, but a religious event that didn't took place once upon a time, a couple thousand years ago, but it's taking place every year as we are blessing the nature, by blessing the waters. And with this welcoming, I would like also to let you know that I feel that last year, 2016, it was a blessed year for Orthodoxy in global level, and for argumental patriarchate, but also for our transnationals here. And I'm referring to the great meeting of the Agia Kemegari Synod, the meeting that we had down in Crete in the month of June. And at the same time, I would like you to share with us the meaning of this Holy Synod that has not only for today's Orthodox Church in global level, but specifically also for our houses that were part of the mental decade. And the other thing is that this year we're building a wonderful chapel or a shrine or a church in Ground Zero in Manhattan. And I know that your heart is there from years, from the 9/11 that kind of destruction there. And of course, as a member of the Holy Synod, I know many stories and the difficulties that we have. Sometimes didn't even want to speak in every chapel there. But with God's grace and your perseverance and the people that assisting you in that kind of committee, we manage now to build the church, and pretty soon we're going to have the opening of doors, and I pray that pretty soon we're going to have also the consecration in Kenya, something that is not only for the Orthodox people, but for all the Christians that are going to pass by from that place. So these are these two questions that, with the reverence and with humility, I would like to ask you to address us, so we can be informed from first name, if I can say, of our association of the Spiritual Father, what is going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Είναι μεγάλη τιμή για μένα. Είμαστε και πάλι μαζί για 18η χρονιά. It's a great honor for me that we are together again for the 18th year of time without any interruption. It was a sequence with no interruption. And it was a sequence with no interruption, offering an amazing fasting lunch. In fact, if we judge from the menu today, is sufficient to understand what I'm talking about. I mean, just go to the desserts. You have pasteli, you have the macarona, you have halva, you have 3 kinds of bread homemade, you have all other things, even this candilla. These are candilla, they are not candles. It's very, very unusual kind of form of candilla. I can tell you something. One of the items that has been remarkable here was always the setting of the tables and the content of the food. So your Eminence, Metropolitan Alexius, your Grace, Bishop Kyrios of Abydos, you know you have a title that was carried by a wonderful Bishop of ours here. Gerasimos of Abydos. Vicar, Sakis, Dean, Athanasius, Dean, Father Dimitri of this church, Mr. Mayor, Mr. President of the community, Madam Consul General of Greece, and the good officer representing the naval part of Greece. And may I also address the good policemen who are with us. It's a good thing to know when and where you set a record. You set a record in terms of plenty of people in tomorrow's service. You set the record on the very large of the previous day. You set the record on the biggest number of policemen receiving us or escorting us. No other place in the United States has this. This lodge has always had also a very beautiful musical entertainment. Entertainment is not the proper word, but I'm using it conventionally. Today, we have in the past the unique 9 harps concert. I can tell you, there is no place in the world that would have 9 harps played in a concert. But today, again, we have a very nice, excellent performance. Father Victor, thank you for the very enthusiastic introduction. You did not tell, however, that this soprano, Stella, this soprano chanted something about the well-known opera. How high you could go with this opera, this aria. The notes are written way above the pentagram. And although it was so high, it was clear and not a yelling voice. It was a very melodious voice. Because if you go that high, you are really enter into the field of yelling or screaming, not chanting, not today. The last highest note was beautifully performed, as well as she was able to go way down. Again, if I can visualize the text she was using, there were plenty of notes above the pentagram and below the pentagram. Not an easy thing. Thank you for this time. And thank you for what my good old student said. Remind me of him when he appeared in the class. He was not someone who came to the Hellenic College and then continued. He was an accomplished professional. Accomplished professional and financially very strong in what he was doing. And he said, I'm stopping here, coming to study theology and become a priest. Somehow following the line of his wonderful father, the parish of Oakland, California, and his brother, Father Paul. So it's not an ordinary career priest. These days you hear plenty of things related to the presidential election, things like that, about ideology and things like that. He is someone who is an ideologist kind of priest. He became priest because he believed in what priesthood offers to the people, not as a profession, as a mission. You have a unique metropolitan. Sometimes people tell me that with our deacons, people from the name of Eutherius, we run continuously and we are on airplane, so we might have accumulated some hundreds of thousands or even some millions of miles, but there is no match for the mileage driven by this metropolitan. No bishop in this church, in this country, has ever achieved the number of miles driven personally like this bishop. Sometimes in an excessive way. You know, you finish here a long day with services and drives back to Atlanta. It's almost suicidal. In that case, we have a very unusual and high value of a year. And thank you for making the reference here to the Holy and Great Synod. I'd like for you to have the full story. This synod was decided to happen in 1961 in the island of Rhodes by representatives of the Autocephalous churches. Don't forget, at that time, we had the Iron Curtain, but there were participants from Russia, from every place, and they decided that there must be a Holy and Great Synod, and we have to start preparing it. 19. We were taken up by the whole thing. We could not think that this is a long lasting thing. I asked them, husband and wife, prominent Protestant theologians, both of them, what's your impression with the whole thing? They said not many things. Said, this event and our visit here changed our life. Exactly this sentence. This event changed our life. So I think that was a remarkable event. The people in Rome, of course, were thrilled with that. Clergy and lay people. And I have to tell you, it was an opportunity to see the